Volk is not a top 10 fighter at all, maybe top 15. Yeah, that's a completely unaware statement. Volk really only beat Max. Yeah, that's such a horrible take. The worst take I've ever seen in my entire life. If you defend against Justin Gaethje, that's not as good as beating Yair. If you disagree, you're a fucking fool. He's nowhere near Yair Rodriguez's level. That's an amazing title defense. Don't ever try to argue that it isn't. Get the hell out of here. Volkanovski's taking on monsters. Yair Rodriguez is literally a demon monster. I'm tired of acting like Volk isn't taking out the best challengers ever. You guys don't even know what the you're talking about. Volk isn't overrated. He's the most dominant fighter on the face of the earth. It's objectively true that him and Izzy are on similar levels. That's the most foolish thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I could take a bag and I could just scream into it with how frustrated I am to diminish the sound that I would be making that would ruin the eardrums of the whole world. That's that pipsqueak strength for you. I gotta knock some sense into these MMA fans, man. Fedor Emelianenko. Fedor Emelianenko. This ain't Peaches and Creamville.
Peaches and Creamville. Peaches and Creamville.
Double champ, something Volk will never be. Bro, you're comparing Makhachev to Marlon Moraes? Get the out of here. That's pathetic. That's actually pathetic. And Volkanovski damn near beat Makhachev. If Volkanovski was fighting a guy that would gas out after one round, yeah, for sure, then I'd be like, oh yeah, that's not that impressive either. But at the end of the day, he's fighting one of the greats. You know what I mean? Volkanovski's actually fighting killers. Volk is not a top 10 fighter at all, maybe top 15. Yeah, that's a completely just unaware statement. You haven't looked into it at all. You're, using the conventional MMA GOAT ranking system. You're using the conventional ranking system right there. And let me guess, I'm going to guess your top 5 right now. Jones, GSP, Silva, Mighty Mouse, Habib. We're talking what? Henry Cejudo, Kamaru Usman, Izzy. Fuck out of here, dude. Saying Volk isn't top 10 is actually laughable, bro. Man, I can't stand Volkanovski, dude. Why? Why can't you stand Volk? Like, what is there to really dislike Volk about? You can't say he's boring. He's probably one of the most entertaining fighters to watch in the cage. Maybe he's not like that entertaining on the mic. Like, I don't really love watching a Volkanovski interview. He is pretty dry sometimes, but I mean, there are other fighters to get behind. At some point, you're not going to start to accept that Volkanovski is the better guy. Like, sure, Max is cool and all that. If you're a big Max fanboy, I get it, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like that was a respectful passing of the torch. I think that's some old school take right there. Like, I understand being upset after the second fight when it was close, but when Volk dominated Max, you just got to give it to him at that point. If Volk has that close fight with Makhachev, even if he never gets it again, it's going to be fine because Makhachev's straight up going to catapult himself into the top 5. Volk really only beat Max. Yeah, that's such a horrible take. Only beat Max Holloway, the worst take I've ever seen in my entire life. Low T City. Yeah, Brian Ortega's a typical run-of-the-mill title defense. I'll just say this right now. Ortega's no different than your average title defense from any other fucking champion that's in a good division. Like, at the end of the day, it's not that different. Max Holloway 3 times. Yeah, only beat Max 3 fucking times. A guy that's literally one of the greatest featherweights ever that solidified himself as the second best guy in that division time and time again. Max is straight up like a Charles Oliveira of the featherweight division to Islam Makhachev. You know what I mean? That's an amazing thing to have on your resume 3 fucking times. Unfinishable, unlimited cardio, tons of volume, great fight IQ, good takedown defense, good grappling. Like, that's a tough matchup for anyone. Volkanovski's dominated Max twice. You don't just do that. And then, of course, Yair Rodriguez, who is, in my opinion, a top 3 striker in the sport, who Volkanovski shot takedowns on because he respected the striking. Bro, Yair Rodriguez is a monster. That's one of the best title defenses you could possibly have in the UFC right now. That's literally, bro, straight up, that is literally just as good. If not, that's better than a fucking Justin Gaethje title defense, straight up. If you defend against Justin Gaethje, that's not as good as beating Yair. Yair Rodriguez is better on the ground than Justin Gaethje. If you disagree, you're a fucking fool. Straight up, if you disagree with that, that's a foolish take. Justin Gaethje is an absolute numbskull on the ground. He's a dunce on the ground. And the striking, bro, Yair Rodriguez is a better striker than Justin Gaethje 100%. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. It's not even fucking close. Justin Gaethje's good. He's phenomenal. He's improved. One of the best strikers in the sport. Top 10 now? Yeah, I think he's top 10 strikers right now. I don't give a fuck. He's nowhere near Yair Rodriguez's level. That's an amazing title defense. Don't ever fucking try to argue that it isn't. Get the hell out of here. Volkanovski's taking on monsters. Y'all fucking champions. Your champions, bro. Your champions are taking on what? Justin Gaethje's and freaking who? Cheeto Vera. Cheeto Vera. Yeah. And who else? Like, who's Izzy fighting? Izzy's fighting Jared Cannonier, Marvin Mediocre Vittori. Are we even close at this point? Like, what are we even doing, man? This is honestly pathetic. This is honestly pathetic. Don't even ever come at me with this shit. Don't even ever come at me with this shit. Bro, bring up any title shot. Gone. Gone is a joke compared to Yair Rodriguez. Yair Rodriguez is literally a demon monster. All right. He literally would have just, dude, he outstruck Max. Volk, I'm tired of acting like Volk isn't taking out the best fucking challengers ever. Every other champion's got a bunch of pathetic tests except for Makhachev. Makhachev's actually fighting killers. Those are the only two champions that are really fighting the best of the best right now. Oh, you disagree? Really? Give me another champion that's taking out absolute killers, please. I'd love to know. Give me another champion that's taking out people that have literal number one in the UFC type of skill sets. You can't. Wait, you dissing Jones again? I'm not dissing Jones. I'm just saying his win over Gane is not as impressive as Volkanovski's win over Yair. Who's a better striker, Gane or Yair? Yair. Who's a better grappler, Gane or Yair? Yair. Don't even fuck around. Who's a better striker, Gaethje or Yair? Yair. Who's a better grappler, Gaethje or Yair? Yair. Straight up, bro. Yair Rodriguez is a monster, bro. Don't even fucking play with me. He would be a champion right now if it weren't for Volk. 100%. He'd be a champion if it weren't for Volk. You guys don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Usman's an absolute joke on the feet when it comes to Leon Edwards. That's a good win. Leon actually beat a good guy. 100%. Respect to him. That's a good win. But we're talking about Usman here, bro. Usman's like, bro, if your argument is Leon beat Usman, then like, bro, I agree that that's an amazing win. That's better than beating Yair Rodriguez. I'll give you that. But that's a dime in a dozen. That's a dime in a dozen. Most champions aren't beating Usman as their average title defense. Like, that's a straight average title defense, average Joe title defense for Volk. Yair zero wrestling. Doesn't matter. He's a monster on the ground. People were talking about his ground game as if it wasn't like amazing, bro. And all these motherfuckers are falling back now. He's a good guy on the ground. He's pretty decent on the ground. His wrestling sucks. He's good on the ground. Volk isn't overrated. Literally, what's overrated about him? What's overrated about him? He's the most dominant fighter on the fucking face of the earth. How is that guy overrated? People don't even put him in top 5 conversations. People hardly even put him in top 10 conversations. And when they do, he's like right there with Izzy, which fucking pisses me off so much. You're overrating him. How? No, Makhachev's not more dominant. No, he isn't. Makhachev's gotten KO'd in the UFC. Has Volk gotten KO'd? Last time I checked, he didn't. Yeah. Has Volk had any like Thiago Moises type of fights? Nope. Nope. Has Volkanovski led a bantamweight, almost beat him? Nope. It's objectively true that him and Izzy are on similar levels. Not even fucking close. All right, so Izzy hardly scraped by Marvin Vittori, hardly scraped by Jared Cannonier, and you're going to relate him to Volkanovski that's literally dominated everyone except for one man? Not even fucking close. Stop. That's the most foolish thing I've ever heard in my entire life. That's super, super foolish. Also, who is Izzy lost to? Izzy got TKO'd by Alex Pereira. Izzy lost to Robert Whittaker. He lost to Yoel Romero, arguably lost to Yoel Romero, and he legitimately lost to Jan Blachowicz and got 50-45. Did Volkanovski get 50-45 by Makhachev? No. So that's like 2 real L's, 2 almost L's. Bro, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I don't give a fuck how many title wins you have. Fuck your little title wins. Who gives a fuck how many title wins you have? Let's break it down win for win. Let's break it down win for win. Let's look into the wins and let's look at the ratios. So if Izzy had 8 title wins, but had 7 L's, are you going to say he's better than Volk? 7 L's, 8 title wins? That's a really shitty ratio. Get that out of here, bro. Get that out of here. That's the worst argument I've ever heard in my entire life. What about the ratio, man? Alex faced no one as good as Pereira? Yeah. Alex didn't face anyone that was like, only 3 fights deep into MMA. Yeah, what an amazing win from Izzy. Get out of here. Alex, how many times did he defend his belt? Wait a second. How many times has Izzy taken out like all-time GOATs? I'm trying to think. Like, what all-time GOAT has Izzy taken out? Did he beat Aldo dominantly? Did he beat someone like Aldo dominantly? Nah, dude. He took out an old man, Anderson Silva, when Anderson was in his 40s. Volkanovski beat Aldo when Aldo was like 31. It's not even fucking close. Like, dude, The notion of Izzy being on Volk's level is literally laughable. I straight up could laugh all damn day. I could literally scream into a fucking hat. I could take a bag and I could just scream into it with how frustrated I am with with that kind of statement, dude. Oh my gosh, bro. I think I might literally die of laughter thinking about that. Volk couldn't even finish Aldo. Okay. Aldo, he dominated Aldo and made him look like a joke when Aldo was still really good and nasty. Izzy couldn't even finish a 40-plus-year-old Anderson Silva who literally got finished a year later by Uriah Hall, right? Izzy got beat by Robert Whittaker. You know what I mean? Like, he straight up lost that rematch. Izzy lost and got dominated by Jan Blachowicz. He got TKO'd. How many times has Volk been finished in the UFC, bro? How many times? Lucas Bias? How many times has Volk been finished? How many times Volk lost in the UFC? Once. How many times has Izzy lost? Twice. Outside of the losses, how many times has Volkanovski had a questionable fight? Maybe once. How many times has Izzy had a questionable fight? Every fucking fight of his career, bro. Every fight of his career, dude. Straight up. Marvin Vettori, literally, dude, you could straight up make an argument for Vettori to win that rematch. You know what I mean? Like, that's a real base take that people aren't ready for. You could actually straight up make an argument for Vettori because the fight was so close, winning that damn rematch. Rounds. How many rounds has Izzy lost? How many rounds? Let's actually count it. Let me actually count the rounds. So he lost a round of Vettori. He did pretty well at the beginning of his career. I'll give him that. He did pretty well. Oh yeah, Gaslam. I forgot about the Gaslam fight. How many times has Volkanovski had his face bubbled up like at the fucking like a bubble fish, like a clownfish? What are those bubble fishes that have all the bubbles on their faces? Izzy got made to look like a bubble fish, bro. So let me think about this. I'll say 2 rounds to Gastelum, right? Maybe 1. Let's just say 1 to be kind to Izzy. 1 to Vettori, first fight. 1 to Gastelum, okay. 3 to Yoel. I think we could say that. So that's 5 rounds in total. 5 rounds lost. Okay, fair enough. Then he lost 5 rounds to Blachowicz. So we have 10 rounds lost right there. We have a round to Vettori in the rematch. That's 11. A round to Cannonier. Let's just be generous to Izzy this time. That's 12. We have 2 rounds to Pereira. Okay, so that's 14. Then we have how many rounds to Whittaker? 3 in the rematch. So that is 17 rounds, 100%, 17 rounds lost for Izzy. Interesting. Let's look at Volkanovski, though. 3 rounds to Makhachev. Okay. Then we have 1 round to Darren Elkins way back in the day for Volkanovski. All right, that's 4. Then we have how many rounds to Max? I would say 3 rounds to Max Holloway. So that is 7 rounds, 100%, 7 rounds. And that's it. 7 rounds compared to 17. So it's not even fucking close. 7 rounds to 17. Yeah, so close. Izzy's right up there. Fuck that 100%. And then you have to look at who are these guys losing rounds to? Izzy's losing rounds to Vettori. He's losing rounds to Jared Cannonier. All right. Volk is losing rounds to Max, literally a top 25 fighter all time, no debate. He's losing rounds to Makhachev, top 20 fighter all time, no debate. Going to go down as a top 10 fighter all time, no debate. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even close. Come on, man. You're gonna bring up these arguments, bro. I'm gonna slam you down, dude. I'm gonna slam them arguments to the ground. Legit. Legit glazing, dude. I'm sorry, bro. Khabib's level of competition ain't shit to Volkanovski's. You know what I mean? It ain't shit compared to that. And also, Khabib doesn't have enough wins. Volkanovski has matched Khabib on wins in the UFC, and his level of competition has been better. How many long-reigning champions has Khabib taken out? None. How many well-rounded fighters has Khabib taken out? Not many. So it's not even close. You gave every controversial fight to his opponents? No. I didn't give the fight to Vettori, dude. Vettori's a controversial fight. Oh my gosh. Volkanovski lost 3 rounds to Max over 15. You know what I mean? Izzy lost 2 rounds to Vettori over 8. It's not even close. It isn't even close, bro. Volkanovski got knocked down by Makhachev. Volkanovski knocked Makhachev down too. Which up-and-coming UFC fighters do you think has a chance to be John Jones and GSP level? Volk. Oh my gosh, dude. Literally Volk and Makhachev. That's it. Those are the only ones. There's no one else that I can say for sure right now. No, I'm just being objective here. I'm just being objective. I can't stand when people say things like Izzy's right up there. Like he ain't even fucking close, bro. He's not even close. I literally want to scream into a bag, you know, to diminish the sound that I would be making that would ruin the eardrums of the whole world. When people say that, go scream. I said, I can't, dude. I'm not feeling it right now. I'm not feeling it right now, but I that's the type of statement that makes me want to scream into a fucking hole in the ground. Oh my gosh. You edge to Volk just like the corpse of Ziz. That's not what it is, bro. That's not what it is. I'm speaking objective facts. I'm speaking objective facts. Straight up. This is why I get upset with this. People think it's glazing when I'm literally just speaking facts. We're bringing up rounds. You could literally look at the scorecards against Yoel. You could look at the scorecards. Izzy won her. Wait, let me actually look at the scorecards. Adesanya, Yoel, Romero. The scorecards were 48-47, 48-47, and 49-46. Bro, 48-47. Two of the judges scored it. So that means at the least, Izzy lost 2 rounds in that fight. But you already know they really, really were never going to give it to Yoel if it was close. So straight up, that just means 3, homie. Lucas's opinion, bro. I'm literally bringing up rounds that you can score objectively. All right, I've rewatched the Yoel fight. It was not fun rewatching it when I did, but Izzy lost 3 rounds of that fight. You're not objective. You find every reason to diss Izzy. You creep. Liking Izzy is a creepy thing. Izzy will beat Volk's SSA. Argument done. All right, congrats. What an amazing take. What an amazing take. Oh, nah, nah, nah. Volkanovski is the GOAT. Oh, nah, nah, nah. Volkanovski is the GOAT. Oh, nah, nah, nah.